Lightbringer by Pierce Brown, my first ever 6-star. One of my favorite historical romances, if not my favorite historical romance. Better. You feel me? Okay, I'm done. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have been well. I know I have. Now you may be wondering, Jim, why do you have 2 empty bookshelves behind you? And the answer is, I'm actually going to take you guys along with my adventure to starting my in-home library, my journey to my in-home library. So I built these 2 bookshelves in the last, let's say, 48 hours. So I have a stack of books behind the camera that I need to organize and put on these shelves, and we're going to see if I have enough to fill these shelves, which I definitely do not. I think I can fill, it depends on how we organize it, but I'm hoping we can stop having these shelves look so desolate. So let's look at the books that we have. Okay, now we're on the floor. I have 3 stacks of books that I've been steadily building up since my adventure with getting back into reading this year. So what I want to do first is divide these stacks into my physical TBR and books that I've read. So let's get started on doing this. First off the bat, we have Hello Beautiful by Ann Napolitano, which I started this book and then I soft DNF'd it. I'm definitely gonna get back to this book, but this book had some content that was really heavy and I wanted to be in the right mind space to read this. So we're gonna put that right here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna put them on the bookshelf just for now. Right now we have Hello Beautiful, Ann Napolitano, Quicksilver. We have not read this yet. I'm gonna put that right there. Mistborn, the first one in the Mistborn saga by Brandon Sanderson, have not read. I'm gonna put that right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, Clockwork Angel. This is the I think this is the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book. I've also not read this, but I promise you I'm gonna get to those soon. Then we have Dune by Frank Herbert. I need to read and watch the Dune books and movies before the next Dune movie comes out. So that's also something I need to do and complete before December. Okay, this is the first book that we've actually read. So for the read books, I'm gonna put them down here because you guys can actually see them down here. Divine Rivals, I really enjoyed that. I gave it a 5 stars. Now Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter, read this, 4 stars. I'm gonna put that there for now. Okay, Poet Empress by Shin Tao. I've heard so many good things about this book, but I have not had the chance to read it. So we're gonna add it back here. Good Joy by Nikki Raymer. I gave this, I think, a 4 star. I've read this like a week or 2 ago, so we can put that there. Last book of this stack is the Leviathan Awake series by James S.A. Corey. I have not read this yet, so we're gonna put this by the rest. All right, now we can move that bag out the way. This hefty thing. All right, The Lighthouse at the End of the World, which I just completed this week. We read, so we're gonna put that over here for 1 second. Lightbringer by Pierce Brown, my first ever 6-star. Of course, we read it, so we're gonna put it right here. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste, and I read this last month, or the beginning of this month. But anyways, good book, read it. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Park Chan. I gave this like a 3.75. Read this also sometime this week or last week. I'm gonna put that there. Hopefully these books don't start falling over. Okay, most of this stack looks like I read it. We have The Raven Scholar by Tanya Hudson. I loved this book. Also read it. It was in our Flickr Flip, episode 1. Dark Age by Pierce Brown, 5 star, read. What the Wind Knows, one of my favorite historical romances, if not my favorite historical romance, by Amy Harmon, 5 star, read. Okay, it's starting to look heavy. We have Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I don't remember, I think I rated this a 5. We have Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I think I gave this one a 4 star. Guys, this is looking heavy. We have East of Eden by John Steinbeck. What did I give this? Maybe a 4. Also read. I think we have room for another book. Ooh, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, an American classic. I gave this a 5 star. Don't Be in Love by Liana Cincotti. This is a romance book that I read, I think, a month or 2 ago. It was enjoyable. I think I gave it, was it 3 star? I don't know. First star is still enjoyable to me. That is already full. We're gonna move this stack over so then we can start putting it on the bottom here so you guys can see. All right, we have Heat of the Everflame. This is book 3. I don't know why I don't have book 2, but I only have book 1 and 3, so I need to go find book 2 preferably soon. But I'm also excited to delve into this. So we're gonna put that right there. We have The Safe Keep. I enjoyed this book. I also read it. I think I gave it like 3.5 or something like that. Then we have The Fourth Wing in the Empyrean series. We have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Read that. I think I gave it like a 4-star. Iron Flame, the second book in the series, another 4-star. Honestly, I think I rated all of these a 4-star. The last book, not the last book, but the current book, the most current book in the series, Onyx Storm. Oof. Then this big hefty thing, Alchemized by Senlin Yu. You know what? I remember saying that I was going to take some time away and then write a cohesive, a nice written, well-written review. And it's been like 2 months and I still haven't gotten to it. Guys, I might have to just like reread this book before I even attempt to write a review because this was a really heavy book. It took me like 10 days to read because it's 1,000 pages. But I give that like a 4.75. Okay, that stack is done. Now on to the last stack. We have Dungeon Crawler Carl, the first book in the series by Matt Dinniman. I gave this a 4-star. I thought it was really funny. I'm gonna put that right there. We have Red Rising. Here's the Red Rising. I was like, we have all the other books on here but Red Rising. This is the first book in this series. I gave this a 5-star. We have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I think one of my first 5 stars. Not, what was my first? Was it? One of my first 5 stars of the year. Gonna put that back there. Song of Achilles. Ooh. I know this is a 5-star for February. I think I read this like the first week of February and I just enjoyed it so much. This is also like these 2 books were like one of the first few books that I like actually went and purchased a physical copy for. Oh my gosh, we're really just going through my top books. These are like, these 3, they're like my top, my favorites list on Goodreads. I think Red Rising is on there too. But In Memoriam by Alice Wynne, I highly urge you guys to read this book. This might be my best book of 2026 thus far. So this high praise for this book. All right, we have, getting into the ACOTAR series. We have the first book, A Court of Thorn of Roses by, oh my gosh, In Memoriam's Not Staying Still by Sarah J. Maas. I gave this a 4-star. We have A Court of Mist and Fury. This is the second book in the ACOTAR series. I also gave this a 4-star. Definitely way better than the first one, though. I'm gonna say that. And last but not least, we have Blue Sisters by Coco Malloys. There are about like 2 books that I don't have on my person. I'm lending one of my books to my mom and then another book to my friend. She's on vacation, so she's enjoying that book for her vacation read, which is Dear Monica Lewinsky, which I loved. It was a recent 5-star. And then we have 4 non-reds here. We have still to be read. We have, I got these today. There was a BOGO at Barnes & Noble for Memorial Day weekend. So we have My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. This will be my first thriller, and I'm giving this a lot of expectations for my first thriller because I don't think I never want to go into those genres like thriller, horror, all that type of stuff. It's not my cup of tea, but I've heard so much good things about this book, so I'm willing to give it a try. And it's also one of the qualifying books for Goodreads Summer Challenge. I'm gonna put that right here. So I was able to pick up 4 books because it was a BOGO, and I didn't want to just walk out with 2. You know, I just overspend when it comes to books. We have Almost Life by Karan Millwood Hargrave. This was actually book of the month's like February or March pick, and I wasn't able to get either of those months, so I bought it in Barnes & Noble. Let's start a new stack. Then we have the second installment of the Dungeon Crawler, that is such a tongue twister, Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I'm very excited to read this. I might bump this up on my TBR because I love this series. The series is so funny, and I'm just wanting to see what's going on with Princess Donut and Carl. So, boom. And then last but not least, we have Mothers and Other Strangers by Corey Ann Haydu. I love how pretty this cover is, and it's not like the smooth covers. It kind of has some texture to it, and I'm really excited to read this. I read the synopsis and I was pretty pleased. So this will definitely be on the June TBR for sure. But boom, there we go. we have our read books here and our unread books here. So that is already sorted. So we're gonna put these bags away. Now, what I want to do is, maybe I should have swapped for the bookshelf, but I actually want to put books that I have to read on like the bottom shelves. So I want to start that. I'm gonna quickly move this bottom shelf over, and then we're gonna do this in alphabetical order. Okay, so I've rearranged everything. We're going to do this by alphabetical order, but I don't know if I said that already, but I need to see. Okay, so we have coal, that's C. Let's put that in front for now. Put that in front for now. Heated the Everflame, coal, until we see another C. Okay, we have James A. Corey. James A. Corey, let's see how that works. Cole, Corey. Cole is definitely before Corey, so we're gonna put Leviathan Wakes after. C, let's see if we can find more C's. Macaulay Hart, Cassandra Clare. Okay, Cassandra Clare. L, M, and okay, L is before O. It's Cassandra Clare first. Go back there. Let's see if we can find more C's. Chantal, T, Alice Feeney. We're gonna keep this Alice Feeney beside me, right there. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H, okay, we're gonna keep that there. H. Dinnaman, okay, D. Okay, D, that's definitely next. After, yeah, Dinnaman. There we go. Okay, D. This is an H. We have H here, H there. Definitely F has to be next. E, F. Okay, Feeney. Okay, this one's next. F. Okay. F, G. Do we have a G? I don't think we have a G. H. Okay, we have 3 H's. We have Herbert, Haydu, and Hargrave. Hargrave is definitely for, wait, yes, because we go A and then R is definitely before Y. So Almost Life next. Then Mothers and Other Strangers. Then Dune. Herbert next. Okay, now we've done, oh wait, we have another H right here, Hart. Okay, wait, Hargrove. Okay, I think it goes Almost Life, then Quicksilver, then the rest. Okay, that's H. A, B, C, D. Okay, we only have 3 books left. Sanderson, S, Napolitano, N, and Chantal. So we already know that N is before either of those letters. Then T and S. Q, R, S, Sanderson. Then T, Chantal. Okay, perfect. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That is beautiful. That is our physical TBR on the bottom shelf here. And now we have to get to the actual stuff over here. So let's adjust the camera. Okay, that's better. Now we're gonna pull all these books out, and I need to like decide how I want this to be organized. Doesn't help that I put these backwards, so I can't even tell. But we're gonna go, let's start with fantasy. So let's pull out all the fantasy books. We're gonna start with the Empyrean series. Let's start with all our fantasy right here. Just for now, just pull out all our fantasy. We have our Alchemized. Oh, ACOTAR for sure. These are sci-fi. I'll classify these as sci-fi. What's this? Romance. Lit fic. Classic. Sci-fi. Sci-fi. Sci-fi? No, this is historical romance. Sci-fi. Ooh, fantasy. Fantasy. Lit fic. Sci-fi. Fantasy. Lit fic. Fantasy. Fantasy. Okay. I think I want to put fantasy like higher up. Maybe like second high up. Okay. Nice if you guys join me up here. Okay, so as I was saying, I want to put fantasy like these 2 top shelves. So now the thing is, how should I order them? Kind of what I want to do, since I have like the full Empyrean series right now, I kind of want to do something with that. what I want to do is we'll stack like the first two books first, and then since Onyx Storm has some nice straight edges, I'm gonna leave it like facing the camera. Does that make sense? Let's try and execute it. Okay, so we have our 3 books right here. Onyx Storm. So what I was talking about, ooh, don't do that. Like 4th ring right there, kind of. Iron Flame, maybe like this. Because look at the sprayed edges. The sprayed edges are pretty cool. It's either this or that. I don't know. See if we have space. We'll do it like this for now. Okay, next. I'm liking this black theme. I'm gonna do a buffer with Alchemize, and then I think I'm gonna add the ACOTAR. Then maybe Divine Rivals. Alchemize, do something like this. Are you guys catching my drift? Or should I maybe, no, let's do this. Let's do that. This. No, wait. Something like this. I don't know. Okay, wait, hold on. We have Bloodbound, Lighthouse at the End of the World, She Who Became the Sun, and then Raven Scholar. Okay, can we maybe fit in Divine Rivals? Does that kill the vibe, low-key? Like if I put Divine Rivals right in there. Ooh, that low-key brings it together. I'm liking that. What do you guys see? So we could probably do like Raven Scholar. Nah, that's low-key ugly. Okay, let's do Bloodbound first. Bloodbound. No, wait, I had an idea. I actually wanted to put my book of the months and my Aardvark book clubs at the very top right here. So let's just start that right now. Actually, let's find the rest of my book club. We have Good Joy, Bad Joy, and I actually want to put them in alphabetical order. This is Bramer, so that's obviously first. Bramer, Ellis Hunter, because you guys see how they line up at the top? Or should I do it in like color order, like rainbow kind of color? So this is kind of like a magenta reddish kind of color, so we should definitely put that. And this one's orange, so we should definitely put the magenta one first. And then we can put orange. And then it kind of flows better. You feel me? Okay, I'm done. The main problem here. These are just such drastic looking books. But I think I should go tallest to smallest. Should do something like this. Just for now, to kind of give the thing volume. Now we want to go down again, and we're going to do, let's do our Red Rising next. Let's do our little Red Rising saga next, for surely. So we have our first book, obviously right here. What I've seen people do is that they stack the first 3. Do they stack the first 3? They either stack the first 3 or they stack the second 3, but they let either trilogy, one is just put as normal. So we have our red, then we have our Golden Sun, wherever that is. Oh! My brother has Golden Sun. He's reading Golden Sun. You know what, I'm gonna get it from him real quick just to prove a point. Okay guys, Golden Sun has been retrieved. Don't worry. We can continue. After I shoot this video, I'm gonna give it back to him because he hasn't started reading it yet, but he said he's gonna get on it. He read like Red Rising in 3 days, so he says he wants to take a little break before he gets into the real deal. But yeah. Next we have Morning Star. Then we get the second trilogy out. Dark Age, Lightbringer, where's Iron Gold? Right here, Iron Gold. And then what people do is they have the first trilogy vertical, second trilogy horizontal. So Iron Gold, Dark Age, and Lightbringer. That is sexy. Now we can put, I don't think I have any other sci-fi that I've yet to read. Only have Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I might just put on this end so I don't disturb the Dark Ages aura. I think this is the only romance book that I own. And right now, actually no, it's not. The Last Letter, I want to do, like, I have romance and then I have like historical fiction / romance. I think I want to do romance separate and then historical fiction as its own. So the only 2 romance books that I have, we're gonna put them, let's see. Okay, and they're both kind of like this blue theme going on. So we can do something like this. I like that. Our romance right there. Okay. Now we're gonna go and move on to our lit fic. Where do I want to put our lit fic? I think I might put lit fic. Do I want to mesh lit fic and historical fic? I don't think I do. Lit fic and historical fic are different, obviously, and I treat them differently because both of them are like, that's like top 3 favorite genre. Okay, let's do lit fic next. So let's move our historical fictions. In Memoriam, The Song of Achilles, What the Wind Knows. Those are our 3 historical. You know what? Should I put the historical romances next to the romances? Because these are low-key historical. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's actually put them next to the romances. Let's see how we want to order this. We already got like this blue theme going on. I like that, low-key. Like a little blue theme going on. I didn't know that those books were all blue. And then In Memoriam gets to stand up on its own because it's so special. Yes, guys, yes. But we're gonna go low. We're gonna go 1 more level lower, and we're gonna complete our lit fix. So for our lit fix, we have Blue Sisters by Coco Malloy. We have The Safe Keep. Now, The Safe Keep, this is a lit fic, but it's also a romance. But I don't know if I want to classify. What should I classify it as? I think I might classify this mostly as a romance. Let's do The Safe Keep, then What the Wind Knows, then Last Letter, then Song of Achilles, and then In Memoriam. Boom. Okay, now back to our lit fix. We have Blue Sisters by Coco Malloy, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, and last but not least, The East of Eden by John Steinbeck. So let's see how we're going to order this. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer so you can actually see. Let's organize these lit fics. I'm kind of liking like the beige green that East of Eden and Tree Grows in Brooklyn are giving on, so we might work with those first. Let's do East of Eden and then A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And then since these 2 are just drastically different, let's see how they look if I just stack them like that. No, I don't like that. Should we do that? Let's do that. I don't like. Let's put Little Fires Everywhere on that side. And then Blue Sisters. And that's everything. Physical TBR right here. And then soon we'll be able to add physical TBR onto the actual bookshelf. And then soon this whole bookshelf is just going to be teeming with books, guys. I'm pretty satisfied with how much you're able to fill it. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty cubbies. But soon, by the end of the year, inshallah, this will be entirely full. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me in this first episode of starting my in-home library. I don't know how often I want to do this. Should I check back in like every 3 months? So I'll check back in August maybe for the next little adventure, but for sure by August we'll definitely have more books if I can slow myself down, but I doubt it. But for sure August will have way more books, but I'm very happy with the results thus far. So then again, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for coming along, and I will see you the next time I see you. Deuce.